What is up, guys? We're okay. I don't know if we were live yet. What's up, guys? We're here and we're gonna talk about the new Zelda leak that just got leaked. Um, I've been seeing it go take the rounds a little bit on YouTube, mostly on Reddit, and I have all the information right here, and I wanted to go over each part one by one, and let's see what's gonna happen. So apparently, Shrapnel Nick shares potential info on the next Legend of Zelda game. Now, this was during a podcast, and there's a few things he mentioned about the new Zelda game, saying that one, it's going to be the same engine with enhancements. So now that means that it's going to be used the same engine as Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom. With that said, does that necessarily mean it's going to be a continuation of those games in the same world? I don't think it necessarily means that. I think they might go a different route and just use like the actual, you know, the technology of the world that they have, not necessarily the actual world. So, I mean, I don't think they'd be crazy enough to redo a game again in the same world a third time. I think it would have the fans feeling like it's a little overplayed, in my opinion, but we'll see. You never know. The next thing is that it's staying in the same track of Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Okay, we mentioned that. A lot of puzzle solving is cross-dimensional. So they said that a charging bull could be chasing you in one dimension, and it'll hit a target to activate something in your dimension. Now, I feel like that goes on play with what we've seen in, A Link to the Past, certain other games where you go back in time, like Oracle of Ages, and you do something in one age, and then you go back in time, and it's changed in the other. I mean, we've even seen that in Ocarina of Time, between young Link and adult Link, with the when you plant the seed, when you plant the magic seeds, and they grow into those petals that fly and bring you to like the pieces of heart that you can find throughout Hyrule. So we've seen this mechanic before, so it's not exactly new, but I guess it would be new in the sense of how they're introducing it. Not necessarily time, but interdimensional, which is interesting. I mean, Nintendo has always been really good with having Legend of Zelda games be very innovative on gameplay and functionality, so I'm interested to see where that would go. Then they say use new powers to jump over dimensions and open tears in reality and merge puzzle bits in different realms. Now, again, this is something that I think is going to be the new mechanic. It does kind of feel like a little bit like techie. And what I mean is, if you know about the origins of The Legend of Zelda, it was originally supposed to be like a sci-fi kind of game, but then they changed and scrapped that, and Miyamoto wanted to do like the cave. His early childhood was heavily inspired, but there were things being talked about in the very beginning about technology and sci-fi wise, and so far like the tearing of reality and jumping from one to the other, that seems like something that they might try to introduce more Zonai devices and technology with. So I mean, I'm interested to see where they go with it. I'm not really the biggest fan of like tech in these kinds of worlds. I'm more of a purist, like, and if I want the magic, the swords, the old school fighting, that's what I like. But I mean, it's interesting to see what we'll get. Um, Described as tears in reality, then they say it's unsure of like teardrop or tearing through paper. I mean, if it's tears through reality, I could see it being tears through reality. I don't think they're gonna play with. I don't think the name of the game. This is again, we don't know if this is the official name of the game, but I don't think that they would use the word tear again in the same context. I don't think it would be a tear, like a crying tear. I think if they did use it, like the tears in reality, it would be like tearing, like a tearing a piece of paper. I could see that being the way that they do it. So I don't know about that. No release date, but assuming it's years away. Yeah, I mean, there's no telling when a new Legend of Zelda game will come out, but I do personally have a feeling that we're going to get something big Legend of Zelda for 2026. Every Nintendo console has had a major Zelda game release in its first year of being out. And if we don't see anything for 2026, I personally find that very unusual for Nintendo, and I just don't see that happening. I see them coming with something, whether it's, you know, an Ocarina of Time remake that's being heavily leaked and speculated and rumored about, and I truly feel like that's coming soon. But who knows? I also think there could be another remake coming soon, similar to how we got the Link's Awakening out of nowhere. There was no real leaks for that beforehand. They just dropped that and everyone was happy with it. So I can see like either the Oracle of Seasons, Oracle of Ages games, or even, you know, A Link to the Past. I could see that happening. But who knows? Then they say what else? Notes, Jeff Grubb. That's no info about the game. All right, so yeah, that's pretty much all the info that we have available to us about this leak. So it looks like, you know, all in all, a Legend of Zelda tears in reality, some kind of game where you're jumping through different dimensions and solving puzzles in between dimensions. It's an interesting concept, and you know, all we can do is wait and see what Nintendo shows us. So let me know, what do you guys think? Are you going to be looking forward to this? Is this something that you look forward to, or is this something that you're a little hesitant on? Like me. I'm not going to lie, a little hesitant on that. But share your thoughts below. Thanks, guys.